once we see him coming into play. But game number 4, locked and loaded. These players have dropped into Morris Isle. Kai Bao on the side, quickly picking up a Soul Bloom, 56% on that ult already. Wang Leon dropping very quickly there against Action. Action picking up a quick elimination on the board for himself. Starting game 4, we just caught the follow-up focus attack from the R&B. Now, AS and Juchi right next to each other. I believe it's Wang Liang still in soul form. We see him in the mini map just roaming around. Juchi's gonna go in and off to back up for the time being here on the Xiaoyou. Frostivus on the Akos, bringing out that Akos for game number 4. Blue fan in hand here currently for Frostivus. Gray armor, still trying to scale up right now. And go ahead and take some of these resources. A lot of these players are going to start to scale up right now. We got scrap outs happening though. We got Action against Verse. Action gonna get hit off of this RB Prowl there for Action. Grapple ×2. Aerial LMB to the Tesla ult there to catch the enchantment. That is perfectly played there from Action. The chase game is on. Catches the counter grapple as well. LMB focus connects there onto Verse, and Action now trying to pick up this elimination onto Verse. The Akos v Tesla right now. Verse now can use all of this mobility right now to try to stay up, and he's doing a really good job so far. Juchi now showing up to the mix, and he is going to get caught out there by Juchi in the back end, and that's RB follow-up. No, that F finisher there for Juchi to pick up his elimination for game number 4.
Oh my goodness, and as everyone starts to close in, it looks like they're all going to start to back off here as Frostivus and Feng go at it on the other side here. We're going to see the Shy ult coming out right away here as he's able to weave and dodge the first one here. Second one is ready to come out. He's able to get away from the second one, and Frostivus, perfect counter to the Shy ultimate, able to come away with his first kill in the match. Feng is so good with the dagger and the fan, but it seems like every time he fights against it, he comes up short. Frostivus with a crazy parry, but the terrain is going to end up messing him up here and won't get that punish off. But Frostivus, the king of the LMB Prio, able to come away with a crazy 1-2 here. It's going to have that F in hand if he wants to be able to block and get away from that ultimate, and he's just going for the tech chase on these ones here, trying to get another prio off. He's able to do it, gets the grapple into the weapon swap, into the charge, tries to go for that jumping LMB to finish off the kill, but finishes it off with a crazy parry from a panic blue from Cam 1. Nothing much he can do there. Wang Liang actually going to be completely eliminated this game. Another donut on the board from him. Unfortunate to see him go this way. It just hasn't been his day today, ladies and gentlemen. He did put up a lot of points in day number 1, so it is going to be a little bit easier for him. Misses the F2 here, could be in a lot of trouble, is going to end up getting stunned here. EWG Zerano, all he needs to do is hit him with the bonk, and that purple spear is going to deal so much damage.
Oh my god, Star was juggling Action down the hill. F into the BTP into the RB focus. Action had to F to stay up though. JJ8 Star now trying to get active. No ult here for Star. Might want to back up for the time being. But Frostivus, man, if there was a stat sheet of how many, like, you know, how many LMB piles in a 6-game set, I think he might be taking the bread and butter right now with the LMB pros that he's been showing up tonight. Because, I mean, the timing that he has there to catch those wake-ups and catches those tap dodges. I mean, Frosted is just catching that prowl very quickly time and time again inside these fights. And we've seen it throughout a set of 4 games that he's just catching those prowls into that full combo to get that damage output quickly against these players. Now, JL's AS on the Tesla. Wolves' Kai Bao on the Zai has not shown out so far with the Zai, but it's just a matter of time that we see him start getting active. Fong already used 1 resurrection, I believe, so he only has 1 life left for game number 4. Is gonna decide to back up now. Does lose, I believe, that blue fan he had earlier is now on common fan, going into money. Gonna try to see if he can get some money off the boxes there. AS is gonna whiff that Tesla ultimate. Cam 1's gonna come in hot with that Tesla OF caught in there for AS. The enchantment is going to connect pretty soon. There it is. Nice spacing there for AS to avoid the damage. But Juchi, first one on chase there to get the damage onto AS, and AS now is going to try to see if he can stay up. He has 3 players on his shroud. Arado now showing up to the party. These players are going to full focus AS with no armor. Half of that white armor health is gone. Cam 1 still on the trail. Juchi as well moving on in. AS does create enough space to get a full reset off that white health, and only 1 light common powder left there for JL's AS. That's all the resources he has there for the health. And it looks like these players are going to swap their attention onto Arano. Purple armor here for the Tessa. Juchi trying to respond with some musket shots. First Roma Yang starting to form on in right in the middle of Celestra. We're gonna have to wait and see who takes the Roma Yang for game number 4. Frostivus 2 eliminations already in this game. Action with 1. And I believe it's Juchi with 1. Everybody else in the server has 0 eliminations on the board currently. Frostivus running F1 Akos, not going for the F2. F2 does give you that prio there to go into that full extender. You can also extend off of grapple bumps, uppercuts, but Frostivus playing it safe with that 30% damage reduction off the F1. Also helps against the Tesla as you pounce down near the enchantment if they're getting very aggressive onto you. The knockback gives you enough time there to interact with the orb there, as we saw Frostivus do so. We're gonna take a quick replay earlier on. F2 there for pace. LB proud there. Wong Leon getting hit off the R&B focus there from the halberds. R&B does not follow up there, but Wong Leon now trying to back up. Massive pressure there for Arano. Wong Leon now gets clipped off of pace here. F2 connects there. Double tap dodge back there with the repair. Boom dodge and a massive F into the musket shot. That was clean there. Nice finisher there off the F. And we see the versatility of that F2 coming into play there. Boom dodge showing up as well. You can do it with a repair kit. You can do it with a health, a white health or a powder to be able to get quicker succession dodges, as we saw there. It does eat up a lot of stamina. So if you guys are not aware about the boom dodge, there you go. But we got our first Roma Yang of game number 4. Seb, who do you got this? You got the Kai Bao for this, or you got pace?
Going in ult for ult, I feel like Kai Bao has the advantage, especially with that purple scale on the Zai ultimate, but it's really going to come down to who's going to be able to put damage in before the ults go out. As we are going to see, oh, great dodge from the ultimate from Pace there. Pace is going to end up having to bring his ult. Exploding armor coming out from J-Team's Pace. He is going to try and get the first grab, but is going to be unsuccessful here. Getting that second flames, and that's going to be it for J-Team's Pace. Wolves Kai Bao almost lost it there, missing the first charge of that V2 on Zai, but is able to bring it back around for himself, coming away with the victory, dodging both of those Tiger Pounces, getting himself that gold weapon and armor, or gold weapon and purple armor, as EWG's Arano coming up onto JJH's Star, trying to make something happen, is going to get hit by that prio attack from the Shio ultimate. Now DRG's Fung trying to come into the mix, seeing if they can make something happen for themselves, and it looks like Arano is going to end up backing off from this fight here, going for a little bit of a reset as JL's AS on the other side of the map. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left on the Yang depletion. We see that grapple distance coming into play there as Bun Plus Phoenix Jushi popping that F2 on the Shayol, both going for a parry here. We are going to see as well Cam1 going completely eliminated this game as well. JL's AS is going to be able to get that confirmation off from the charged RMB, but Jushi doing a amazing job at bringing it back around. Charged LMB, sorry. Popping that ultimate to be able to prevent the damage. F coming out, trying to grab that soul, but is going to be unable to get back from the Tessa Charm. We are going to see him get a full hit confirm. JLAS doing a great job at dodging the Shy ult there as well and bringing it back around. Jushi with the armor swap, able to get a bit of a heal off as well. Back to the full reset, and now they're taking this fight with no ults. JLAS definitely does have the advantage because he gets his ult back way faster than Juchi does here. The overhold is not going to be successful as the F from JLAS was still up here. Gets the prio back into a grapple combo here. Doesn't get the extension into the 1.0 because of the terrain here. We're going to see him try and go for the parry. The ult gets dodged. Great use of the tap dodge there from Juchi, getting the prio off into the fan, but we are going to see the F1 come out again, saving JLAS by a brink of health here as they are both going to go for the reset.
We see the standard there with the Shayos against Tessas. Once that Shayo pops that F, you time and time again, you see the Tessa responding with an F as well to avoid that damage there from that F, because the scalage off that F is just really, really good on there from Shayo, and we see that against the Tessas. It's pretty much textbook off of this, and the Tessas as well. Something I've noticed as well is off the enchantment, it's a 1-2 hit, one into a hold focus there to get a little bit of extra chip damage there off the first hit. You do have that time to go for the extra damage, but what a scare rush there for Pace. 1-2 onto the ground. Ronald now trying to overhold. F2 misses there for Pace. Verse now trying to take a quick reset. Nice pile there for Verse. Pin up a lot of damage onto Pace. Trying to overhold. Big parry there onto Verse onto Pace. Big damage as well. Jump LMB. Tesla and Champion connects onto 2. Who's going to pick up the elimination here? And it's going to be Verse picking the elimination onto Pace. Verse coming out victorious. Interacts as well. Ronald does not get the full capitalization off of this. Weaves that LMB focus. LMB prowl to the follow-up R&B. F caught in there for the Tessa. Overholding. Does get the LMB focus there. Ronald trying to stay up. Alco's ultimate now invested there for Verse. Weaves. All of those pounces there. He's not going to be able to catch the prior off of this. And Ronald now is going to get hit off the V2. The damage does come into play. The pistol shot does not connect. Great sword swap there for Verse. Uppercut does not connect. V2 does though for the second time around. And Verse putting up a lot of pressure onto Ronald. And that ult is about to run out pretty soon. There goes the Tessa ultimate there for Ronald onto Verse. Trying to create the space. F1 to avoid that spacing there. Closure. But the LMB focus connects. Not the full damage though. 1-2 on the ground. Verse now still trying to stay up. 10 seconds for the F to come back into play. Both armors coming up. And it's Frosted is now showing up to the party. Elias is Frostivus on the Alco, showing back up. Does not manage to find anybody that he wants to get aggressive on to. Second Roma Yang starter form on in. JL's AS loses a lot of that HP. DRG's Fong now showing up to the mix. Overholding is going to go ahead and pop that F there to avoid that damage. That's F1 for Fong. Not running that F2, that's a little different right now. Fong running that F2, able to use that under attack. AS now losing a lot of that HP. Again, Fong with the purple nunchucks in hand. Still trying to catch him. He does catch the 1-2. AS still trying to make a run for it there on the Tesla. Still creating that space. Fong loses him for now. AS trying to take that reset. And it looks like he is going to pop one powder. Second one as well. Full reset. Kai Bao showing up to the party now with the gold staff off that first Roma Yang. Second Roma Yang about to form up now. Kai Bao. I believe the Zai really shines in Yang, where you don't have a lot of space to move around in. Zai with that ult pressure is just a lot of pressure there from the ultimate, especially that tick damage from the burn. So I believe Kai Bao needs to try to get inside these realms as much as possible if he's going to be playing the Zai. We saw the first Roma Yang, how fast he can take out those Aquases, as we saw there for Kai Bao. So he's definitely going to want to start moving on in, as we see him now doing so. Frostivus and Verse as well in that Roma Yang. Fong inside the zone, taking a quick reset there with that F1 Xiaoyou for that F. Fong still hasn't really have a crazy day so far. A lot slower than we usually see him play it out. Kai Bao does manage to go inside the realm. He pops that Ev to go inside that realm of Yang to stay safe. Frostivus against Kai Bao for the second realm of Yang. Seb, you got this one again, my boy.
I got this. And Kai Bao using that F to be able to just enter the realm of Yang, very great tech there. It's just it's a little thing that, you know, recognizing is so powerful to be able to almost guarantee him the entry into the realm of Yang, as all of these other players usually start to put their Tessa Fs to knock these other players back, or another type of ability, using that Zyal to be able to be immune to almost everything here. As we're going to see the Prio coming out. Kai Bao back into that F, but gets grabbed by the Tiger Pounce. Frostivus doing a great job at preventing the Zai from getting an attack off, because as soon as the Zai goes into focus, that's where you fall down. And Frostivus, the perfect counter. And yeah, C8 saying everything that it's just, God, that is just so powerful. Alliance's Frostivus coming through with an absolute phenomenal performance today, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, we saw the difference right there from the approach Frostivus had against the Zai this time around. He played around the realm of Yang. He created that space and he waited for that perfect moment for him to start moving on in to try to catch that gold leap there. And Frostivus playing it perfectly fine right there. Catches the V2. Thinks that Kai Bao wants to read that leap again, but he mixes it up and throws the LMB and catches the prio off of the F wake up. I mean, Frostivus showing around right now in these games. Kai Bao, 2 eliminations, has 3 minutes and 37 to try to pick up a soul and stay inside this game. Enchantment onto somebody on top of this ballista tower. R&B focus is not connect there onto AS. White Tigers buff there for JDGs and Alliance. Currently here for game number 4. Ronald playing the high ground. Fong in the middle of the ballista tower. Kai Bao has a timer on his back, trying to stay up. Gold staff in hand here for Kai Bao. JJH Star One elimination currently, not too bad. Had that pop off game number 1. Kind of slowed down moving up to this game. Did pretty much stay in that top 5 area, I believe, to the following games up to now. So I mean, not bad for JJ Star. A massive improvement from the debut. So that's very nice to see there for Star. And I mean, you can just only get better as time goes by. Once you start forming yourself as the player that you want to be inside these games, and you start getting used to the tempo of all these players, you start catching on to the tendencies of everybody, because I mean, that's what a lot of the veterans have against everybody. They know who they're fighting by the time they, you know, throw the first 1-2s, and especially with the hero picks and all that being into play, a lot of these players know exactly who they're fighting as soon as they throw the first punch. DRG Spawn playing the Ballista Tower. JJ Star is going to move on out. Arano playing in that bush, staying safe. JL's AS getting pretty much aggressed on here by JJ Star. Star now wants to get active. Air LMB connects. RB focus connects it for Star. Scare rush again. Double scare rush. LMB probably for Star. 1-2. Follow up does not connect though. That's some massive scare rushes there for Star. He's gonna go ahead and invest his ultimate. He wants to get active. Tesla ultimate invested there for AS to try to stay safe. He is going to interact very quickly as well. And Star still on the chase down against AS. Looks like he is not going to be able to get some full capitalization off of this, because the Ballista Tower plays are to come into play, and we know how hard it is to try to catch these players inside this Ballista Tower. DRG's Fong still playing inside of this Ballista Tower. Rondo now getting aggressed on by Star, and Star's ult is pretty much completely gone. He uses this to try to get aggressive, and it's not going to be in his favor. He's going to weave that Tesla ultimate there called in. Now he has a lot of that armor gone, pretty much, well, all of that armor gone, quarter of that white health as well, and now the chase is on. First picks an elimination out to Kai Bao, and that's Kai Bao's game number 4 there, Seb.
Yeah, wow, Kai Bao going out. He did have that Yang depletion, so you probably saw him getting hyper aggressive on the other side there. JJH's Star did not opt to go for the fight where they were in close proximity to each other. He's going to get a huge parry here, though, brings it around, misses the follow-up damage. Not a great play for him here. This is going to be very unfortunate. He only has 1 minute and 12 seconds left, and this is where you start to throw these panic blues. You start to make these misplays because you have so little time until your life finally expires. You are literally, the clock is literally ticking down as we speak for these players, as Wolves Kai Bao, and just like Wolves Kai Bao, JJH Star is going to go out not able to cure that Yang depletion and unable to continue into this game. And that's that high risk value that they've added into the game, having those soul blooms disappear. In previous games, you'd see them staying alive a little bit longer with that insurance option that they usually keep the blooms around for, but no longer, ladies and gentlemen. JDG's verse with that gold pole sword, big damage coming in onto Arano, very low HP for Arano, 34% on the ultimate as well, so they are going to be trying to not engage into these fights, trying to back up from this gold pole sword. Does not want to take any more damage from it. It is going to make Arano burn a lot of those health pots, as JDG's verse on the other side still aggressing onto Arano. And this is where we're talking about that target selection. Having him being the only ACOS in the lobby, he needs to get these Tessas out, because the Tessas are the ones that can do the most to him. If the Shiols, he's able to pounce, and now with this new patch, he is able to take them out with the pounces. But the Tessas are going to be able to stop him with their ultimates and have him enchanted. So taking out the last 2 Tessas in the game is going to be JDG's versus #1 priority here. Frostivus with 5 kills, Burst with 4, Fung with 1, Arano and AS with 2, as these 5 players duke it out to see who's going to be the MVP of game number 4. C8?
Yes, sir. How do you feel like this meta is panning out now? I mean, this is a lot different what we're used to here.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying how different it is. It's taking a little bit to get used to, because there's so many different plays here. Oh my goodness, this is a little replay of how Verse was able to take out Wolves' Kai Bao. But yeah, the way that these games were played before, there was a lot more chaos, and these attacks feel a little bit more calculated as we're coming along here. These players are being a lot more selective of who they're trying to fight against. Fung there with that F1 coming out, as JDG's verse was able to get a huge hit firm off with the gold pole sword that he's got in hand, taking away almost all of his health and shield. Fung able to find a purple armor swap, just a gift from God right there, as he is moving, weaving, and dodging away from everyone. And this is what Fung's the best at, is dodging around. And yeah, the signature F1 is, most players were using that F2 on Xiao, where Feng is chosen almost every single time to play on the F1, the combo breaker, just to have that insurance option, especially since Feng is a player who gets himself thrown up in the air a lot and uses the dagger for movement to scale rush and go up, down, and around. The F2 didn't really fit his playstyle, so he's always been playing on that F1. As we're going to flip over to a little replay, JDG's versus JJH's Star. We saw Star did end up going out here. The one dodge from Verse is going to try and get another hit confirmed. Huge parry going in, and they're going to see him go to try and go again. Another parry from JJH's Star, and nobody going for these parry punishes here as we're seeing Verse able to get a huge hit off on to Star with his scale rushing from this golden greatsword here, as you're going to see the F ability come out into a pistol shot as Star trying to run it up into the air, but oh my goodness, this golden greatsword and the Akos ultimate just bringing JJH's Star's reign of terror to an end in this game number 4.
Yeah, and we see the gappage there. The Akos against the Xiao. Xiao not being able to capitalize now with that change. We see the V2s come out. Nice showing there from the Akos. Frostivus, double gold weapons in the back pocket if he needs it there for Frostivus. Gold dual blades and gold nunchucks off those Realm of Yangs. Frostivus. The nice showing here for game number 4. First, with that gold armor, Fong cutting noise. Nice movement from Fong. I mean, this is his playground right here. We saw him scale rushing on the side of the walls there, creating that space, catches the purple armor swap. That man was schmoving earlier. Frostivus waiting his out. Random Bane tanking the middle of the zone. Spirit Well for Arano, straight purple. So it's a lot different than trios. In trios, we see the gold scalage off of these Spirit Wells. So it is completely different in solos as I've seen so far. EWG Arano. Purple nunchucks, purple armor for Arano. We'd like to see more of the potential system, the glyphs for these players. We did get some earlier, but we're gonna take a quick replay here for earlier inside this game. 17 minutes in, we got a nice product for Frostivus. R&B focus there. B2 follow-up for Frostivus. That's big damage onto Juchi, and Frostivus with a nice showing there off the Akos ult, showing up with a nice follow-up off the V2 to confirm the elimination there. That was clean from Frostivus, playing out of his mind today. He is playing beautiful Naraka right now. Frostivus has been playing insanely well today, and he is just getting better in these pro league matches. And I believe he has been to every bi-weekly final since he got into the league. And you know, it's always been a pleasure to cast Frostivus. I was able to cast Frostivus back in C when I first found out about Frostivus. Then he moved to NA. Had the pleasure to casting him in NA as well. You know, it was fun seeing him come on in, contesting tryhard and light. And now in the pro league, seeing Frostivus in the big screen, it's just, you know, it's amazing to watch him, you know, do well here in the big stage. So, you know, it's always nice to see a new player coming in and adjusting as well as Frostivus has been so far. So, I mean, that's mad props there for Frostivus showing up in these games and adjusting to this play style. And, you know, he's always been a problem. And as we see, he will always be a problem in these games. DRG Fong now might get aggressed on by a couple of these players. Cannon shots flying on in from Arano. Verse has his eyes onto Fong. The Tessa AS, I believe, has his eyes onto Fong as well. Fong is kind of forcing the back of this corner here. A lot of these players are going to go ahead and try to get more aggressive onto Fong. And the F1 is very interesting to me to sit here for a Xiao. We, you know, like Seb was mentioning, we constantly see the F2s because the F2 has that damage output if you just let it all loose. But you can also cancel the F into that prio. So moving on to that, just the combo breaker for the Xiao minimizes you the chances of catching that big damage off the F prio or just the damage of itself from the output, just letting it loose. But Fong, I believe, leaves a purple armor in there, swapping out these armors. I believe he does drop one. Yeah, I see it there in the corner of my eye. He does get a common armor, purple armor swap. He's waiting for this to connect here. Cannon shots connect in the backside, so it goes inside the zone for some damage. Verse trying to respond with some damage there off the pistol. He is going to go ahead and top out this purple armor once again. Lots of pressure still being thrown out to Fong. Cannon shots flying on in, doing a lot of damage here. Fong trying to stay alive, and it looks like the whole lobby is going to focus Fong here. The Xiao for this game. Aquas are out, Tessas as well. We got 2 Aquas on the field, 1 Tessa, 1 Xiao. Missing 1. 2
Tessa, 2 Xiao. 2 Tessa, 1 Xiao, 2 Akos, who right now Frostivus being one of our Akos is taking a lot of damage right now. JDG's verse, the other Akos, focusing on Fung as much as possible, but Fung being the king of movement, able to just run around, absolutely break everybody's ankles, was trying to get that armor swap off to be able to have another armor in the final circle with just a little bit more HP, but is going to end up getting pushed back. And you can see a couple other purple armors. Fung is actually able to find the one hiding behind that hay bale there that JL's AS had brought into the zone a little bit earlier, as he's going to be back to full HP. We saw JL's AS pulling a mic there, able to bringing that armor into the zone so that it was an insurance option for himself. And oh my goodness, he's gonna get parried here. Fung taking a lot of damage, going incredibly low here. He's gonna find himself another armor swap. This is absolutely insane how many armors have been switched out back and forth by these players. They're just trading them around like it's a swap meet. And EWG's Arano trying to make a play as well. DRG's Fung invested that ultimate really quickly into that fight there because they needed to get themselves away from all of the damage. That parry was very detrimental to them. They ended up losing all of their shield, trying to go for that armor swap, and now they're just going to take themselves back into a great... My goodness, the armor swaps are absolutely crazy from Fung right now, just holding as much as he can. He knows he needs to just survive, and getting the heat off of him is the thing he needs to do the most, which is going to be very difficult considering he does have only gray armor. He's going to be aggressed on very quickly, especially JLAS and EWG's Arano have complete line of sight onto him here. Fung dropping low now, getting hit by the scale rush. JDG's verse coming in, dealing so much damage, and Frostivus is going to be the one to come away with the elimination. Frostivus able to with the nunchucks. That's going to be 6 kills on the game so far as everyone starts to take to the skies. The circle closing, 20 seconds left in this game. Frostivus now needs to get out of here. He has become enchanted. This is going to be very difficult for him. He's going to get hit with the meter dump from Arano. This is not good. Frostivus needs to get a Tiger Pounce connect right now to gain some health back. He is going to be able to take Arano out, and then JDG's verse, and he gets the kill onto AS as well. Kills, and then JL's AS coming through, or JDG's verse coming through with the final kill onto Frostivus.